For the last few days, my phone has been ringing off the hook. Why, you ask? Well, it's because of YouTube. You see, I got a lot of my old friends all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork saying how great I am, how much they miss me, how much they want to see me again. Mention them in my videos, stuff like that. Yeah, and it's cool, I don't mind doing it. But, it brings up the past, if you will. College days, hanging out with Joe Barber, Frank Sicaranza, Jay, John, Sal, all those guys, It was great, One thing I remember in particular, days, I had a bunch of friends, good guys, from the Psi Pi fraternity. You see, back in the day, when I was in college, Psi Pi used to have a talent show every year. Remember my first year at Iona, around the time I first started wrestling, and the guys in Psi Pi asked me if I wouldn't mind being a part of their talent show. Do something with wrestling. So I agreed, and basically what I did was I did an interview. I needed a right guy to do the interview, to interview the great me. So I went to this guy Mugsy, member of Psi Pi. I gave him the honor of interviewing me. Talked about my, plan on talking about my career and stuff. But, when you do stuff like that, your friends once again want to come out of the woodworks. People that you think are your friends, and maybe aren't necessarily your friends, but they're around you because of who you are, what you can do, what you've accomplished in your life. And one thing I've learned is your best friend, your greatest ally, if you will, could also be your most daunting foe. And that's basically what happened that night. See, Mugsy was conducting an interview with me. We were talking about my career, and basically at the time, right here, still have it. I was the NWA United States Champion. Anyway, I had the belt over my shoulder like this. Me and Mugsy were talking. And during the interview, I get interrupted by one of my good friends, Joe Barber. I'm standing there and I just couldn't believe it. Now, I don't want to ruin this belt, so I handed it over to Mugsy when Joe came out. And I remember it as clear as day. He comes up to me, puts his finger in my face, and says he wants a title shot. Never forget what I said back to him. He was like, Barber, I don't need 60 minutes. I don't need 60 seconds. I got my answer for you right here. And I proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of Joe. Now look, he's my friend, but you don't come up to me and demand something from me. You want something? You ask. Fine, ask. I would have given him a title shot. Even though he wasn't a wrestler and hadn't had a clue on anything about wrestling, I would have given him a match. And like I did in the talent show, I would have beat the shit out of him. But anyway, it was just amazing, I like Joe. I didn't want to hurt him, but I had to prove a point to him and everybody else. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't make it last long because, even though I can be a scumbag, I wasn't going to beat the shit out of him for like 5-10 minutes or whatever, It was quick, I'd say under 2 minutes. It was over, picked him up, crossed my back, put him in the torture rack, backbreaker, and that was it, He quit. But I understand why he quit, because he realized that I was the better man. He knew deep down that he made a mistake, that he shouldn't have come out there in the first place. But it's okay, because Joe, you were my friend then, you're still my friend now. We're tight, we're cool like that, Me and we you know, we're boys. We all hang out. Like I said, me, you, Sal, John, Pete, Jay. We're cool like that. We're friends for life. Remember that. You know, there's not a lot of people I hang out with. I choose my friends selectively. Special people hang out with me. Special people are my friends. I guess you could say you should consider it yourself privileged. You should consider it an honor that you are my friend, that I like you, that I choose to spend time with you. Take time out of my busy schedule. Just remember one thing. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Can't wait to see y'all again real soon because, once again, you are my friends. I love you like brothers. Peace out. Have a wonderful night.